Hey yo, hey, this is Christine. You're following along on my journey of weight loss and sticking to routines, even though I have ADHD and plenty of other excuses to fail. So we are back on routine after a minor injury. It was like a week-long strain of my groin area kind of thing. It wasn't like groin, it was like more like the like your hamstring kind of area. Anyhow, so back on track. We're getting back with the daily walks, and I've been getting closer to, I always try to get like, somewhere around 7,000 to 9,000 steps a day, but I've been trying to get, back into my activities and stuff. My leg isn't hurting at all, and I'm getting ready to get back into the good old stick workouts because these are so effective. I'm just going to be more careful with them. Also, after my little frustrated ADHD fit where I was going to crash out on something is also over. I went through my whole pack of gummies, super sour gummies that I had, and I still have another pack in the freezer, but now those gummies are going to count towards the bracelet. Obviously, I didn't lose any weight this weekend because I was eating through a whole pack of gummies that I did not count on the bracelet. I also, in my search to try to find a better carbonated drink, I went ahead and just caved and went to Trader Joe's and got some Virgil's root beer, which was slightly better carbonated than the Coke or Pepsi products. So I still think I might end up needing to get like my own soda stream station or something. So anyway, but we are back on track with the bracelets. Minimal damage, but we're used to this. This is just backing up on the horse again. This is how we maintain as close to we can as a decent physique, because otherwise, if I just gave up completely, it would just keep stacking the other way. And I know that. I've seen it. I've done it. So we are sure of this. So we're back on our bracelet, and just a couple things that I've been working on. Sometimes when the kids come home really late at night, I will have been hungry earlier, and I'll be still waiting to cook dinner for them, and so I've been eating like half of dinner before they come, and then just like waiting to cook like the protein until they get back or whatever, and then I just eat the protein portion right before bed or whatever. That's been really helping me stay on track. But another thing, when I'm home and I'm just like on the weekend and sometimes I just don't have very much to do, just kind of being bored makes me eat too much. But I've learned this is a good old tried and true trick too. If you are home or you're around food or you're somewhere where you might get bored and accidentally overeat, a good way to prevent that is to go ahead and get into your dental hygiene routine. Now, I switched to the bentonite clay, which is still cleaning my teeth like excellently. I'm spitting it into my plant over there in the corner because I still haven't gotten a snake plant, so my poor acid soil loving gardenia is getting all the heat from that. And I noticed that when I brush my teeth and floss and I rinse out my mouth, I'm much less likely to want to mess that up. And so that kind of cuts down my snacking when I'm bored. That's like probably my latest trick for that one. And it's really been working, it's that. And also, if you're brushing and flossing more often, that's great for your dental health. So that's definitely a trick that's been working. And outside of that, there's just not a whole lot to say. We've been just kind of sticking with the routine. Last use for bentonite clay. I got a little pimple on the side of my face here, and so I put this mixed with apple cider vinegar, and it works like a good little pimple dryer too. That's also been good. I think what I'm going to try to start getting back into is, I don't know if you've seen the videos and stuff where people are doing like compression ab exercises where they like breathe out and then they kind of like squeeze at the smallest, tightest part. One of my favorite yoga routines, and I've talked about this before, but it was like 6 months ago, is Body Flex by Greer Childress. It's a very, very old video. If I can find the link to the YouTube video that still exists with her advanced routine, I will put it in the comment section. I hands down swear to that routine. I've used that routine before with like a gentle walking routine and some basic portion controlling, and that had me in some of the best shape of my life. I actually was in some of the least amount of pain in my life, and some of my injuries were very fresh at that time, so I had no excuse to be in no pain at all. And then the second thing that I'm really trying to work on is sleeping on my back, because I know that when you sleep on your back, your organs and your flow and just everything is just actually like meant to kind of be that way. It makes for easier digestion. And if I'm not mistaken, it's also better for your parasympathetic activation. There was some kind of thing where they said where if you're sleeping in that kind of like on your belly with the leg up and the arm kind of crook position, that's like a fight or flight mode, and your body is actually getting ready to like spring up and have to like run away or something. That's not actually your body being like fully at rest. And so I definitely want to keep working on just like different stuff, doing like meditations, my parasympathetic breathing, and just things like that, because this is a whole health journey. And what we're really trying to do is get our body to start craving healthy dopamine chasing versus unhealthy dopamine chasing. And then the second thing we're trying to do is we're trying to create an intuition for eating food where we used to lack one. So at the end of the day, the goal is going to be to just kind of get used to eating with the bracelet until it's so easy that I just do it without thinking. And then after a while, we're going to take the bracelet away and see how well that actually keeps the weight off. If we can actually do like intuitive eating training for people who lack the intuition. But essentially, all the bracelet is it's a notification tool. It lets you know if you eat too much in the morning, if you're eating too much in the afternoon, you know, if you're eating too much overall, you know what I mean? It's letting you kind of know, versus like how much you should be craving in a day. You should be, you know, eating approximately 3 medium-sized meals, approximately 2 medium-sized snacks, and then, I mean, I feel like it's reasonable to allow yourself to have a calorie drink every day. For me, I like to be dieting at the highest level of calories as possible. So for me right now, that lands me somewhere at around 17 to 1900 calories, but I'm working on my macros so I could take it down to closer to 1700. But that's about as close to a cut as I like to get. And I've done the diets where it was like 1200 or less calories a day, and those were just honestly exhaustive, and they didn't end up looking good. I like diets that actually keep you a little bit more, you know, muscular, you look healthy, you're glowing, your skin is smooth, it's not like all over the place. Granted, we'll have to see about how well that works. But we are taking the elastin also, and I had some, it was like 5 HTP like NAD pills that I forgot that I bought like 3 months ago, and I just never finished taking them. So I was going to go ahead and just add those. I like adding little herbal supplements like as necessary, as I crave them, as I want them. And I just kind of trust my body to crave them as needed. Just like my beef organ vitamins, I don't take those every single day. But if I'm feeling a little bit peckish, or if I'm craving red meat and I just haven't been eating red meat, it's like not on the menu anytime soon or something, I'll definitely pop a couple of those in, you know, and you know, because they mostly serve the purpose to keep me from falling anemic after stomach bleeds, to keep me from getting a lung infection, to keep me out of the ER. So everything has to like unstack so that it doesn't stack up the other way. It's a nightmare if it does. So anyway, foregoing that, we're definitely going to be sticking to routines, because that's definitely a better alternative. And we are going to be working on just letting it go when things don't work out, but just understanding that the consistency is the only thing that's missing at this point. And that's really just my accountability, my responsibility to take care of. And I will as soon as I'm fully ready to do, you know. So we're still in those phases. We're still kind of learning, adjusting. We're trying to figure out like what our body likes, what our body doesn't like. We're failing along the way. And you know what? That's okay. That's a heck of a lot better than trying nothing and ending up looking like we didn't do, feeling like we didn't do anything. I don't know if I would be functional as an adult if I didn't keep up these routines. And I encourage that you take care of yourself as well as you possibly can too. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you do remember to treat yourself very, 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 very well. Cheers, guys.